bunch of young players against that team in that series and had the opportunity to win all 4 games. And I mean, even going back to the Milwaukee series, I mean, these young guys are really stepping up to the occasion, and it's fun to watch. So very cool, because that's a grind to get through that club right there.
Kind of in that same vein, we've seen instances where they've faced tough teams and they've kind of risen to the occasion. But over the course of these last 4 games, what do you think you learned about this group in particular?
I think the biggest thing is they're not scared. I mean, that's a lineup. I mean, you're talking about, you get multiple all-stars that start games for them, and they grinded through it. What we did to Freed yesterday to be able to get him out of the game when we did today with Elder, I mean, guy that was an all-star this year. They just continued to grind through it. And I think the biggest thing that comes out of it is we were in deficit games, and it's very easy against really good teams when you get in deficit games when you have a young club, and even more so on a day game. When you're getting beat, it's easy to not continue to grind through your bats, and that's why I'm so proud of him. Because I mean, if you look up, I mean, Key had a huge day, but the day that Peggy had, I mean, you go to Thomas Hatch. I mean, that's a win for our acquisition group, our baseball ops group. So, it was important that in this series that they continue to play, and they did.
How big was Reynolds getting the slide there at home plate, especially after the way game ended yesterday?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's 2 great things that happened there. Rucci made a nice job, on a challenge there, and then the second thing is if you go back and watch the slide, a lot of people slide really early and not give them a chance to get to the plate. And D'Arnaud did a good job. I mean, the throw was offline and had to dive back, and Brian waited way late, went in feet first hard, and then was able to gauge what part of the plate he was going to get. I mean, that's about as textbook of a slide as you could have.
How much momentum did that give you?
I think it gave us a ton of momentum, because we go from 4-2 to 4-3 there. We continue the inning, so yeah, that was huge.
Was the plan for Hatch to go 4, to go long, or was he just threw so well you wanted to keep him out there?
The plan was for him to give us whatever we had, because we had very little in our bullpen today. And I mean, honestly, going into it, I thought if he gave us 2, we'd be okay. And he got through the 3rd, and then Oscar went down and talked to him, and was able to give us the 4th. And I think in the 4th, what was important is he was really efficient. He went right after guys.
What was it? Was it the cutter?
Yeah, I think it was a cutter. Kept him off balance. He did a good job mixing in the fastball and the breaking ball, but I think the cutter was what kind of stood out.
Shelton, you mentioned, just the way this team's played, even going to Milwaukee, but a couple series before that. It's been a couple weeks where you guys have played, hard baseball, good baseball. It's been the kids leading it. Does it feel like maybe things are starting to gel?
Yeah, I think so. And I think some of it is, a lot of these guys came up together and they're comfortable around each other, which is really important when you get to the big leagues, because there's so much anxiety of being in the big leagues and what it is and trying to stay here. So I think the fact that they've come up together is really important. I think they really like each other. They enjoy being around each other. And then the second part of that is the veteran guys we have here have embraced them. They've embraced them and know that they're part of what we're doing, not only this year, but moving forward. And I think that's a key component also.
How much